Hey guys, what's going on? It is Cruzave here and I welcome each and every one of you to a brand new video here on our channel, The Guide. And today's topic is going to be the top 5 best skill moves, in my opinion, post patch, because there have been some changes recently. As you guys probably know, the step over is worse now. Also, the bridge move is not as efficient anymore, so it's time to dig a bit deeper, and that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. I think there's tons of useful skills and skill combinations with tons of tips on where exactly to use them, so let's get right into it. Before we get into every single skill move on the list, I just want to quickly mention that I will only explain the inputs briefly, because we've already done videos on each skill move where we go in depth about the mechanical part. So if you're confused or you're not quite able to pull off the skills with the explanations in this video, then definitely check out the links in the description down below for a detailed explanation. Starting off the top 5 is the ball roll scoop turn, and this is a 5-star skill move combination, and it simply works by doing a ball roll towards one side and then immediately afterwards performing a fake shot towards the opposite direction. And since you have a 5-star skiller, it will be a scoop turn, and it's very important that you make the input for the fake shot as fast as possible after the ball roll in order to almost cancel the animation of the ball roll, because otherwise, if you do it too slowly, then there will only be a delayed normal fake shot animation and the whole skill move goes to waste. I've personally fallen in love with this skill move lately because I find it to be extremely strong and also versatile. It's so good in so many different spots, and a lot of opponents still get surprised by the animation. And the way that it works is you fake going one direction with the ball roll, and then right after you quickly turn towards the other direction and also gain a little bit of a sprint boost from the scoop turn, and that way you can really punish the movement of your opponents. This can be used in the midfield area or in front of the box if you, for example, want to get away from a central midfielder of the opponent. You see some space in front of you, you fake that you're turning away and bait the opponent in, and then you quickly push towards that open space, push forward again and try to create a chance from there. It's also extremely effective on the edge of the box. You want to receive the ball in a way that you dribble parallel to the goal, and then by using the ball roll, fake that you're turning away from the opponent's goal, and that way bait the center back into you so that he pushes out, maybe even goes for a tackle, because he wants to put you under pressure and not allow you to turn around. But immediately in that moment, when the opponent pulls out his center back, you already do the scoop turn towards the other direction, and you can use that speed in order to get past him and get a free shot on goal to easily score. This skill combination is so effective in this spot, and lots of opponents don't know how to defend against it yet, so definitely take advantage of that. Last but not least, this skill can also be used when you're pushed more outside towards the wing area, and here you can either just use it in order to cut inside directly and then maybe score a finesse goal from there, or what I like to do is I like to fake turning around and cutting back, and then use the scoop turn part in order to push the ball towards the goal line and break through that way. And if the opponent's defender falls for the bait, then you're in a very good spot in order to pass the ball inside for a tap-in. Next up we have the directional nutmeg, and this one is a 1-star skill move, so every single player in the game can perform it, and it's very similar to the bridge move that got nerfed recently. You just have to hold L1 and R1 on PlayStation or LB and RB together on Xbox and then push the right stick in the direction that you want to go towards. And your player is going to push the ball forward and tries to get it past the opponent's defender with a special animation, sometimes a nutmeg, sometimes just pushing it past him. And this move is especially strong when you pull it off in a very certain way, and that is when you're on the edge or inside the opponent's box, you receive the ball towards goal with your player, and then right after you perform the directional nutmeg in the same direction. And that way your player, after receiving the ball, immediately does the pushing forward animation, gets a sprint boost, and it's very hard to defend for the opponent. It also doesn't really matter where the opponent's defender is positioned as long as he's fairly close to your attacker, because no matter if he's straight or diagonally in front of you or even next to you, the animation of the move gets adapted, and so no matter which exact spot you're in, you have a high chance of getting past and in front of the defender and then basically being free on goal to score. So this skill move can be extremely devastating when used in the right spot, but it can feel a bit like hit or miss. Sometimes you do it and it works out beautifully, you get the perfect animation for the spot and just get past the opponent without him being able to do anything, and sometimes he defends it easily and you don't really know what you did wrong. And also it's not as versatile, so keep that in mind when using the directional nutmeg. Before we talk about the third skill move, I want to quickly tell you guys that if you're looking to improve your FIFA game on a daily basis, you should definitely check out our platform, The Guide Plus. There we release 4 different articles and videos every single week with the newest meta gameplay tips, with FIFA Ultimate Team content, tactic and formation guides. A ton of stuff is uploaded there every single week. Recently we talked about fake turns with the left stick dribbling, for example, and also about the player lock, a very underrated and underused feature. So if you want to stay on top of the FIFA game, then definitely check out the link in the description to the Guide Plus. Next up on the list we have the first touch fake shot, another 1-star skill move and another fake shot variation. So you can pull it off by cancelling either a cross or a shot by pressing the passing button right after. And in order to do it first touch, you need to make that input while a pass is still traveling to your player, so that your player doesn't receive the ball first and then does a fake shot, but instead does the fake shot animation while receiving the ball. And the effect of that is that you can change your direction and do a very dynamic way of receiving the ball and get away from the defender. This is extremely strong inside the box in one-on-one situations, because the opponent doesn't know which direction you're going to receive the ball in, and if you do it with a fake shot, you have all the options. You can pretty much go anywhere with a very dynamic movement, and you create space by doing that at the same time. So if the opponent doesn't commit heavily towards a certain direction and just stands his ground in a neutral position, you will have 1 to 2 meters space away from him, and you can just go for the shot and there's nothing he can really do. So that makes this move so hard to defend in the right spots. So make sure to use it when receiving the ball inside the box and having some space and not too many defenders right around you. And also make sure that you're either doing it towards the near post or towards the far post area, so that right after you can go for a shot if the opponent's defender is not close by. Another advantage of the first touch fake shot is that it's a versatile skill move, so it has some value in different spots. For example, if you want to receive the ball in a difficult angle and you don't want to lose too much momentum while doing so, you can use the first touch fake shot for that change of direction and still get quite a good sprint boost from it, and then pursue with your attack, like in this example here, where I was able to get the right angle for a cross and then score an easy goal. Up next we have the fake shot into Elastico or reverse Elastico, and you need a 5-star skiller in order to pull this off due to the Elastico part of the skill move combination. First up though, you need to do a fake shot into stand. That works by performing a fake shot and letting go of the left stick entirely at the same time, so don't do any directional input. Or what you can use as well is an L1 or LB step, so simply tap L1 or LB and also let go of the left stick, and your player will also tap on the ball and then stand still facing towards goal. And right after, you then perform a normal Elastico or a reverse Elastico, once again linked to a detailed breakdown on the Elastico in the description. This combination is strong for 2 reasons. First of all, you're slowing down at the beginning of the move with the fake shot because you're coming into a standing position, so the opponent's defender gets baited towards you. And then the second part, the Elastico, is very dynamic, very quick, very subtle, and it's hard for the opponent to react to these 2 very different parts of the combination. And the second reason is that you can go either towards the left with the normal Elastico or towards the right with the reverse Elastico, and there are also other combinations like the fake shot into stand into scoop turn or into La Croqueta. So there are lots of different moves that can come from the starting position, and so the opponent doesn't really know what to expect and you can surprise him very often. First good spot for this one is when you're in a more central position in front of goal, inside or on the edge of the box, and then you come to the stand with the fake shot, and then right after you do mostly the reverse Elastico because this one has a quicker animation to it, and afterwards by pushing towards goal you can really take all that momentum, all that speed and convert it into your next ball contact, and that's very hard to defend for the opponent if he's not in the right position from the beginning, and then you can just go for a cross shot from there or for whatever finish suits in that spot. And the second spot where I like this move quite a lot is on the wing. If you're trying to get away from that one defender who's stopping you from crossing or passing the ball into the middle, then just do the fake shot, and then afterwards I mostly do the normal Elastico, so I fake that I'm cutting back, but instead I then push towards the goal line, and there I'm free to pass the ball into the middle and then hopefully score an easy tap in. And last but not least on our top 5 list we have the drag back, an old friend who was very strong and very much used in the past, but a bit forgotten I would almost say this year due to so many other skill moves like the stepovers etc. being so strong and defining the meta game. But since lots of those skills got nerfed, now we need to look for some new and other tools, and the drag back is one which is still good in many different spots, very versatile skill move as well, and not so many opponents have it on their radar still because they're just not used to seeing it. This one is a 1-star skill move as well, and you just need to hold L1 plus R1 on PlayStation or LB plus RB on Xbox, and then flick the left stick to the opposite of your running direction, and then once your player pulls the ball back you can determine the direction you want to go towards with the left stick as well. This move is really good if the opponent's defender is right next to you or diagonally in front of you, because you simply pull the ball backwards and then exit towards goal if possible to prepare a finish. Often you can go for a finesse shot right after you because you have a good angle on the far post, and if your opponent is too slow defending that change of direction then you have a very easy time scoring, and also you can fake out the opponent once he gets used to you utilizing the drag back, and you pull the ball back but then go forward again, and if the opponent overcommits then you have an easy time punishing that and scoring. That's it for this top 5 list, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and are able to implement some of these skill moves and combinations into your game in order to improve as a player. If that's the case, then please leave a like on the video, since that helps us out a lot, and a lot of work went into this video here in particular. And also make sure to subscribe to the guide if you don't want to miss any further videos. I'll better talk to you in the next one. See you then. Much love. Peace.